Good day, everybody. This is a Florida Golden Girl. Today's travel adventure takes us to the town of Bushnell. Folks, we're going to be looking at a VA cemetery. This is Florida's National Cemetery. It's the second largest VA cemetery in the state of Florida. So come along for the ride. I'm with my sidekick and his brother. So here you go. Department of Veterans Affairs. So I figure we're gonna take a drive through because it's really big, and this is one I've been wanting to. I've done short clips of this, but this is where I wanted to go out and pay homage to fellow veterans and to see family. Today's Veterans Day, folks, so, I think it's appropriate that, we take some time to remember those loved ones that served, those that are our nearest and dearest that are buried. Regardless of whether they're in a cemetery or not, please take this day to pay tribute to those that fought, for our freedom, or whatever's left of it today. It's such a pretty day out. It's nice, it's cool. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So isn't this pretty? I mean, it's just big. I mean, we've been to Arlington Cemetery. It's been years since I've been out there. But this is just one where there's no burials today, but you can just see how pretty it is. Okay, so we're going straight. So the one thing we did find out was when we were here is that they have the graveside services, and then they have the thing dig, but everything is done in a time. So we were on Florida Circle, and now we are going on Appalachia Way. So we're gonna head down Appalachia Way. Tell you what, that's one thing, they do keep these old places nice. Up on the left is just an example of where they we're going to go visit some headstones. I'm gonna lock it up because I don't trust anybody. That's the sidekick's brother right there. That's the sidekick. So there's always a tradition that them standing the way the markers are placed, and that's because everybody is in formation. It's like everybody's in formation. I mean, it's just like I said, it's such a pretty day. But what I'm going to do is, while they're going to visit, I'm going to take this opportunity to go on the other side, because believe it or not, in a previous video, I did film over there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and do some filming, you know, just to see what graves are out there. You know, people that join the military, it's not an easy life. You are government issue. So whatever they say, you have to follow orders. Wherever they send you, you've got to go. And it's just, it's not an easy life. But let's go check some veterans' graves out. So you have Robert King, who was a private. He was a World War II veteran, and he was from 1914 to 2005. And then Ear Circle King was a World War II veteran, died in 2001. So the sections that they have are based upon the year that they've died. So this is the 2001 section. So everybody that died here is 2001. And because my father-in-law, who was, so he was Korean Vietnam. So my father-in-law was Korean Vietnam, and he died in 2001. And so this whole section is 2001. So this is Dale Cox. He was a World War II vet, and he loved God and country. And then Donald Blankenship. He was a Vietnam vet, loving husband and father. And then you have Costa Costa. He was in the Army Air Force, and he died in 2019. And then you have Henry Philpo. He was Army Air Force, and he died in 2001. So you've got William Thomas Woods. He was a World War II veteran. He was proud of his service. So interesting. So he didn't die recently, but his wife did. So what happens is when a spouses can be buried with their husbands. So his is one side, and then hers is another side. So, but they must have done something here. So it may have been somebody else that has been buried there. So somebody, I guess it just depends. So you have Walter Fino. He was a career vet. He was World War II in Korea. And then you have Russell Zachariah. He was World War II. So lots of World War II vets. So this gentleman was Jewish, and he was was in Korea. And then Catherine Morrow, she was the wife of Major General Francis Morrow, and she died in 2001. But yet, it doesn't say he's buried here. So he may be really famous. So James Donovan, he was with the Navy in Korea. And then so you have the motorcycle riders. And so motorcycle clubs are real big supporters. And so what they do is they do rides for charity. That's kind of cool. When I was stationed in Washington, D.C., they used to have Rolling Thunder, and they quit doing that. But that used to be a big thing. And then I would work down at the wall. I had gotten a part-time job because being up in D.C. was very expensive. So look at this. He was with World War II, Vietnam, and Korea. So so they would always tour the Vietnam Wall, and a lot of them were Vietnam vets that would hold different types of events to pay homage to veterans and donate and, you know, have raffles and stuff, and all the money went to proceeds to help veteran causes. And they quit doing that because now, you know, with everything the way it is, they just felt that they quit doing it. Now, that was such a thing because that brought a lot of tourism and money to the DC area. But yeah, believe it or not, I had a part-time job. I had several of them. I had worked in a tanning salon and worked down at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. We used to get paid under the table cash. And let me tell you, you know, it sure helped. It sure helped, you know, because when you have to work payday to payday, you really did have to make money stretch, and just everything was just so expensive. So, you know, they were always, you know, you always had to make sure, you know, uniforms were straight, and especially working up in the Pentagon, you know, or wherever we worked. It was just expensive. So believe me, when we were working there, the money was great. And then, you know, we were doing that for just a year and a half, and that's only so long you can do that. You know, it just, I was selling t-shirts, and that gig, what was happening is the guy was saying, I'm donating for veterans causes, and it was going in his pocket, and he was making a lot of money, but it all was tax-free going in his pocket. So they quit doing that. So now we went over there, and now we're gonna go, and it's been a while since we've been up here. So this is Jamie Nazario Rodriguez. So he was in the Persian Gulf, and you rarely see those veterans in the Persian Gulf. But it's how long has it been? It's been 3 years. The last time I was up here was when we buried her, and So it's been a while. It's like time goes by so quickly. You know, when you do 20 years and then it's like, wow, you're old, your body's worn out from all the abuse it's taken. And I'm telling you, I don't think they do enough for veterans. We were promised free health care, and the only free health care we get is from what we get from Medicaid when you get older. And all of the promises that were made to us, they broke, the government broke. And that's such a shame, you know. They can't find anybody. And the only thing you get is education. And really, what good does education do anybody? Here's another Persian Gulf. And then you have a merchant marine.
He's the highest ranking guy in the row. They should have did it by one.
Stanley Rabinovitz.
Look at that. He died one day before Dad. And they all died in 2001. Look at that. Born around the same time Dad was, 4 years before Dad.
That guy's dad died September 14th.
Yeah, it's weird.
2001.
All these guys born around Dad's time died in 2001.
No, that's September 15th.
Look at him, another one, 2001. They all got Vietnam. All the
So
Vietnam
where's your
down
So there's our motorcycle riders. He was the best father-in-law ever. So I dedicate this to Sergeant First Class retired Antonio Alvarez Perez. He was with the Army in Korea and Vietnam. Loving husband and father. And then my beautiful mother-in-law. You know, folks, I couldn't have asked for better in-laws. May they rest in peace. Well, folks, that's going to wrap up our Veterans Day special. It's a little bit of an emotional moment, and I really don't want to be on the cameras right now. I just want to take it all in. So wherever you are, if you're a veteran or serving, whatever your status, happy Memorial Day. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for watching. And so long for now.
You know, for Veterans Day, they didn't put